The slap heard. Across the stars, Kara stood still in the long line of alien cadets. She was the only human in the group. Tall, lizard-like soldiers stood on both sides of her. Some looked at her with disgust. Others laughed behind her back. She didn't move. She didn't speak. She had learned to stay quiet. It was her third week in the Zalver Military Academy, the most feared training school in the galaxy. The academy trained warriors from over 50 alien species. But never before had a human been accepted. Kara didn't come here by accident. She was chosen. Earth had sent her as a test to show that humans could stand equal with the galaxy's strongest fighters. But many aliens didn't agree. They thought humans were soft, weak, emotional. General Threx was one of them. Threx was a high-ranking officer in the Zalvor army. He was feared by all. He had won many wars and crushed many enemies. He believed in strength above all. To him, humans were a joke. That morning, General Threx came to inspect the new cadets. He walked slowly in front of the line. His boots made a heavy sound on the ground. He stopped in front of Kara. He looked at her like she was dirt. "A human," he said loudly. "What are you doing here?" Kara didn't answer. Threx took a step closer. "Do you think you belong among real warriors?" Still, Kara said nothing. Threx's eyes narrowed. "Answer me, weakling." Kara looked up. Her face was calm. "I'm here to learn, just like everyone else." Some aliens snorted. Others shook their heads. Threx smiled, but not kindly. "You think you are equal to my soldiers?" Kara stayed calm. "I don't think I'm better, but I'm not less." Threx's smile vanished. Without warning, he slapped her across the face. The sound echoed in the training yard. Every cadet turned to look. Kara's head turned slightly, but she didn't fall. A red mark grew on her cheek. She blinked once. No one said a word. No one moved. The silence was deep. Then Kara moved. In one motion, she grabbed Threx's arm, twisted it, stepped to the side, and pulled. A loud crack filled the air. Threx fell to the ground, his wrist broken. It all happened. In 4 seconds, gasps came from the cadets. Some took a step back. No one had ever touched General Threx like that, not even in battle. Kara let go of his arm and stood straight. Her face was blank. She didn't look proud or angry. Threx groaned on the ground, holding his wrist. "You said I was weak," Kara said quietly. "Now you know better." Alarms went off. Guards rushed forward and surrounded Kara. She didn't resist. She raised her hands and let them take her. The cadets were still silent. Some looked shocked. A few looked impressed. The head instructor, a tall creature with 4 eyes, stepped forward. He looked at Threx, then at Kara. "No cadet has ever done this," he said. "This will be dealt with." The guards led Kara away, but the silence stayed behind. Whispers began to spread. They spread fast. By the end of the day, every corner of the academy had heard the story. The human girl broke the general's wrist in 4 seconds. Some thought she would be punished. Others believed she would be sent home. A few started to wonder, what if humans were not as weak as they seemed? In her cell, Kara sat alone. Her hands were tied behind her back. Her face was still red from the slap, but her eyes were calm. She didn't regret what she did. She didn't enjoy it either, but she had made a choice. She had shown them that humans could fight back. Outside, the academy buzzed with talk. Instructors argued. Officers called meetings. Some demanded her removal. Others were curious. Far away in a dark room, a high-ranking commander watched the video of the slap in the fight. He played it again and again. His eyes didn't blink. "This one is different," he said quietly. He leaned back in his chair and smiled. Trial of strength. 3 hours after Kara broke the general's wrist, the galaxy was already talking about her. On distant planets, in war rooms, and inside military ships, her name was whispered with curiosity and fear. A human cadet had taken down a decorated alien general in just 4 seconds. Without a weapon, without warning, without hesitation. Some called her dangerous, others called her brave, but no one called her weak anymore. Inside the Zalvor Academy, Kara sat in a cold room with no windows. Her hands were still tied. She had not eaten or spoken since the arrest. Her face was calm, but her heart beat fast. She didn't know what they would do next. Suddenly, the door opened. A tall alien in black armor entered. His skin was silver. His eyes were hard like stone. "I am Commander Valar," he said. "Stand up." Kara stood. "You attacked a general," he said. "Punishment is death." She looked at him. "I defended myself." Valar's face didn't change. The Academy does not care about reasons. It only cares about results. But he paused. "There is another option." Kara said nothing. Valar stepped closer. "There is an ancient rule. Before we destroy a warrior, we test them. If they pass, they live. If they fail, they die." "What test?" Kara asked. Valar smiled for the first time. It was not a kind smile. "You will enter the Crucible." Kara had heard the name. It was a secret simulation designed to break the body and the mind. It was not a game. It was not fair. It was not meant to be survived. "No cadet has passed it in 20 years, Valar said. "Even aliens bred for war have failed." "Then why? Give me a chance?" she asked. "Because," Valar said, "you made a lot of powerful people nervous, and some of us enjoy watching power get nervous." He turned to the guards. "Prepare her." 2 hours later, Kara stood at the edge of the simulation chamber. A helmet was locked onto her head. Her bodysuit connected to a machine behind her. The air around her buzzed with energy. Through a glass window, many officers and trainers watched her. Some wanted her to fail, others just wanted to see what she would do. A voice echoed in her ears. "Begin." The world around Kara changed. She was standing in a burning desert. The sky was red. The ground was cracked. Giant metal beasts roared in the distance. The sun was hot enough to boil blood. Suddenly, a robot charged toward her. Its arms were sharp, like swords. Kara rolled to the side and grabbed a rock. She didn't have weapons. She had to use her mind. She dodged again, then jumped on the machine's back. She smashed the rock into its eye sensor. Sparks flew. The robot fell. But more were coming. Kara ran toward a broken tower in the distance. Her lungs burned. Her legs ached. But she didn't stop. Traps appeared in her path. Laser fields, collapsing floors, mental illusions. One moment she was walking through fire. The next, she was drowning in water. Then she was alone in total silence, hearing her own heartbeat echo like thunder. Her training on Earth had prepared her body. But this was a war of the mind. She thought of quitting. Then she remembered Threx's smile. She remembered the look in the other cadets' eyes, the ones who laughed at her. She remembered Earth, her family, the reason she came. She pushed forward. After 1 hour, her hands were bleeding. After 2 hours, she could barely stand. After 3, she reached the center of the desert, a black stone pillar with a single glowing mark. She touched it. The simulation ended. Kara collapsed to the ground, the room filled with gasps. She passed. Someone whispered. "That's impossible," another said. Valar watched with interest. "She didn't just pass," he said. "She broke the system." Later, when Kara woke up in the medical bay, she saw Valar beside her. "You were supposed to fail," he said. Kara didn't reply. He nodded. "You've earned your place, but the real tests begin now." "What's next?" she asked. He smiled. "A mission no one wants, with a team no one trusts, and a war no one believes you can win." Born in fire, they said she wasn't supposed to survive the Crucible. But she did. They said humans would never earn respect in the Zalvor ranks. But after Kara, they stopped laughing. Now they didn't mock her. They watched her, like fire they couldn't control. Kara's name had reached places she had never been. High command, enemy borders, even deep inside the black files of secret operations. But instead of rewards, Kara was given silence. For 3 days, she stayed in the medical bay. Her hands were bandaged. Her muscles ached. No one spoke to her. No one told her what came next. She waited. On the 4th day, the door opened. Commander Valar walked in holding a small black case. "You passed the test," he said. "Now we'll see if you survive the job." Kara sat up. "What kind of job?" "The kind we don't give to people we want back alive." He placed the case on the table and opened it. Inside was a badge, black metal with a red mark. A symbol Kara had seen only once. It belonged to Task Unit 0, a shadow unit known for dangerous missions that never made it into reports. "This is a suicide team," Kara said. Valar nodded. "We prefer the term expendable specialists." "Why me?" "Because," he said, "you did what others couldn't. And because everyone in this unit is broken in some way. You fit." Hours later, Kara stood in front of a small gunship, her new team waiting inside. They didn't salute her. They didn't even look at her properly. Her team was made of 4 aliens, all rejected by their own units for different reasons. Rock, a giant stone-skinned brute who once crushed a squad leader during training. Zin, a silent sniper from a spider-like species, dishonorably discharged for ignoring orders. Tala, a tech expert with a cybernetic brain implant that causes glitches. Mech, a fast-talking engineer who only joined to avoid prison. None of them trusted each other. And none of them wanted a human leader. Kara didn't force it. She spoke only when needed. She watched. She listened. Their mission? Infiltrate and destroy a pirate base in the outer zone, a place even the Zalvor army avoided. These pirates weren't ordinary raiders. They had tech stolen from high command, and someone powerful was protecting them. But Kara noticed something strange. The ship they were given was old, almost falling apart. The intel was weak. Maps were outdated. It felt like they were being sent to fail. Mech noticed too. "This whole thing smells bad," he muttered, "like burnt engine oil and betrayal." Still they went. 4 days into deep space, something changed. Their ship lost contact with command. Zin picked up strange signals. Someone was tracking them. Rock started pacing. His instincts were never wrong. Then the alarms rang. Pirate ships appeared from behind an asteroid field. It was an ambush. "We've been set up," Tala said. "Or sacrificed," Kara replied. The gunship shook. Weapons were weak, shields failing. Kara took control. "Zin, cover the left flank. Mech, reroute power from lights to engines. Tala, jam their scanners." They obeyed, not because they trusted her, but because her voice was calm in the chaos. She flew the ship straight through the firestorm, dodging blasts by inches. Rock used the rear gun and took down 2 pirate ships. Zin picked off 3 more with deadly aim. They crash-landed on a red jungle moon. Smoke poured from the engines. The ship was done. They had survived, barely, but now they were trapped behind enemy lines. Rock looked at Kara. "You led well." Mech grinned. "You might be crazy, I like it." Even Zin nodded once. Something had changed. She wasn't just the human cadet who broke a general's wrist. She was now their leader. The mission. No one wants the jungle was not quiet. It breathed. It growled. It listened. Kara woke up with dirt in her mouth and smoke in her lungs. The ship was still burning behind her. Her team was scattered, injured, and angry. They had crash-landed in enemy territory. No backup, no escape, and no idea why they were still alive. She knew one thing for sure now. This mission was never meant to be completed. They were not heroes. They were bait. Tala confirmed it first. Her damaged tech implant managed to recover a hidden file from the ship's database. "It's fake," she said, showing Kara a cracked screen. "The mission orders, the coordinates, the support team, all of it. Someone high up sent us here to disappear," Mech added. "This isn't war, it's a cleanup job." Then we give them something to clean up, Kara said. Her voice was cold now. Sharper than before, she looked at her team, bruised, bleeding, but alive. And something unexpected had begun to grow between them. Trust. They moved through the jungle in silence, using cover and shadows. Kara led with quiet confidence. The others followed, not because they had to, but because she had earned it. After 2 hours, they found a pirate patrol. Kara gave hand signals. Zin took the first shot. One clean bullet through the eye. Rock took the next 2 with his fists. No one made a sound. No alarms were raised. They stole weapons, maps, and a strange data chip. Kara studied the pirate gear. Some of it looked too advanced. Not stolen, supplied. Someone's helping them, she said. Someone inside the military. The others looked at her. Kara continued. This isn't just a pirate base. It's a lab. They're building something. At night, around a small hidden fire, Kara sat alone. Rock walked over. He sat next to her, silent for a while. You don't talk much about your past, he finally said. Not much to tell, Kara answered. Grew up on Earth, trained hard, got noticed, sent here. Why fight so hard? She didn't answer for a moment. Because, she said softly, I was told I'd never matter out here, that humans don't belong. I came to prove they were wrong. Rock nodded. You did. The next day they found the base. It was buried under the jungle, a massive facility with shield domes and strange energy towers. Drones patrolled the skies, but Kara noticed a weak point in the rear wall near a vent line. We go in tonight, she said. No way we all make it out. Mech muttered. We're not all getting out, Kara replied. But we'll finish what we came here to do. They moved as one. Inside, the base was worse than expected. Prisoners from different planets were locked in cages. Test subjects. Some were sick. Some were changing. The pirates weren't just stealing tech. They were testing illegal bioweapons. Kara's face turned to steel. We burned this place to the ground. She gave orders fast. Mech planted explosives. Tala hacked the gates. Zin and Rock secured the halls. Alarms finally went off. Kara didn't run. She stood in the control room watching the countdown on the bombs. A voice came through the speaker, cold and familiar. You shouldn't have survived, Cadet. It was General Threx. You're behind this? Kara asked. You embarrassed me, Threx said. This base was a secret project. You were never meant to find it. You trained me to survive, she said. That was your mistake. The base exploded behind them as they escaped through the jungle. Fire lit up the sky. Kara's team had made it. Burned, tired, but alive. They had destroyed something dark, but they had also uncovered something worse. The corruption ran deeper. As they flew away in a stolen pirate ship, Kara stood by the window, looking at the burning base. I'm not done, she said quietly. Behind her, the crew watched her with new eyes. She was no longer just a survivor. She was a problem for people in power. Trust is built in fire. The galaxy didn't know it yet. But a war had just started, with 5 outcasts and 1 stolen ship. Kara didn't sleep the night after the explosion. She sat in the pilot's seat, watching stars drift by. Her fingers stayed tight on the controls, as if letting go would break the thin line between survival and death. Behind her, the crew slept in silence, bruised, bandaged, breathing. Every one of them had been left behind by someone. Now they only had each other. They were not friends. Not yet. But they were no longer strangers. Zin was the first to wake up. She said nothing, just cleaned her weapon with careful hands. Then Rock came out from the lower deck, his shoulder wrapped. In a metal brace, he looked at Kara. You didn't rest. Couldn't, she said. You should. You earned it. Kara turned to him. There's no time. Threx knows we survived. He won't let that slide. Later, Mech pulled a damaged data drive from the pirate base out of his pack. This thing was fried in the blast, he said. But if we fix it, we might learn what they were really building. Tala joined him, tapping her temple. My implant's still glitching, but I can help. They got to work in the back of the ship. Sparks flew, wires sizzled. After an hour, the screen lit up. Broken, but readable. Kara stepped forward and read the file name. Project Eclipse. What's that? Rock asked. Tala stared at the screen, her voice quiet. It's not just weapons. It's control tech, mental override systems. If it works, they could turn soldiers into remote puppets. They're building mind-controlled armies, Mech said. Or worse, Kara whispered. They're planning to test it soon. She stood. We need to warn someone. Who? Zin asked. Threx controls half of High Command. No one will believe us. Kara looked out the window. We don't need them to believe us, she said. We just need someone with power. And a grudge. 2 jumps later, they arrived at a rogue station on the edge of known space. Station 9, a place filled with mercenaries, bounty hunters, and information traders. No laws, no rules. Just deals. Inside a dark hall, Kara found her contact. Captain Relo, a retired fleet officer who had once fought Threx and lost everything because of it. He sat with a metal arm and one blind eye, but his voice was sharp. You look like trouble, he said to Kara. You like trouble, she replied. He laughed. What do you want? She handed him the data chip. Proof that Threx is funding illegal tech and using pirates to test it. Relo plugged it into his tablet. His face turned serious as the files loaded. This could blow half the command apart. Then help us, Kara said. Back us up, spread it, make it loud. Rilo leaned back. I'll make sure the right people see it. But be ready. If you're right, this won't be a secret war for long. Back on the ship, Kara's team gathered around the console. Once this goes public, Threx will come for us, Mech said. Let him, Rock growled. We're not soldiers, Zen added. We're not spies. No, Kara said. We're worse. She looked around at them, at the team no one wanted. We're the proof he couldn't erase. The Empire sends a message. The first warning wasn't words. It was a body, dropped from orbit, wrapped in military cloth. The name stitched on the chest? Captain Relo. His throat was crushed, his eyes still open. The message was clear. Stop. Talking or you're next. Kara stared at the body as it was delivered to Station 9's dock. Silence fell over the mercenaries and traders watching from the shadows. Even killers had rules. This broke them. Mech looked sick. Tala stared at the floor. Zin checked her rifle without a word. He helped us, Kara said. Her voice was steady. And they killed him for it. Rock stepped forward. What now? Kara didn't blink. Now we return the favor. Back on the ship, the stolen pirate vessel rattled as Kara and her team jumped through hyperspace. The data leak had been sent. Fragments of Project Eclipse now spread across the outer channels. People were asking questions. Some were listening. But others were preparing to silence her. On a high-level fleet carrier, General Threx stood in front of a war table. She survived the crucible, he said. She survived the ambush, now she's turning planets against us. Another officer asked, should we discredit her? No, Threx said. We kill her. Publicly. He tapped the screen. Send the Reapers. The Reapers weren't soldiers. They were weapons wearing skin. Clad in black armor, they didn't speak, they didn't question, they only obeyed. Their job? Erase threats. Quickly. Loudly. Without evidence left behind. They were headed for Kara's last known location. But Kara was already moving. She had one shot left, one place Threx didn't expect her to go. The core station. Heart of the Zalvor Empire. Untouchable. Guarded. Deadly. Only someone insane would try to break in. Kara was already making a plan. Tala studied the station's blueprint. You can't sneak in. We're not sneaking, Kara replied. We're crashing in. Mech dropped his tools. You mean literally? We steal a military shuttle, Kara said. Fake our IDs. Walk through the front like we belong. Once inside, we plug the full Eclipse file into the core system and broadcast it to the entire Empire, Zin said. Every officer, every fleet, every world. They'll know what Threx is hiding, Rock said. They'll know what we were sent to die for, Kara added. They launched their plan 3 days later. The stolen shuttle had no markings. Their armor was mismatched, patched together, but it worked. They passed the outer scan. The guards barely looked twice. No one expected 5 ghosts to come back from the dead. Inside the core station, Kara walked with her chin high. Her team followed like shadows. Every hallway was lined with cameras, every door watched. Time was short. They reached the data core, a vault with 6 guards. Kara didn't wait. She stepped forward and punched the first one. Rock grabbed 2 more and slammed them into the wall. Zin fired. Mech jammed the sensors. Tala hacked the door. Inside, a beam of blue light flickered across a massive screen. Kara inserted the drive. Uploading now, Tala whispered. But outside, the Reapers had arrived, and they knew exactly where to go. One human versus the Empire, the truth didn't roar. It didn't scream. It whispered. But that whisper cracked an empire. At exactly 0400 hours, the core station's data network flickered. For 3 seconds, every screen across the Zalvor Empire went dark. Then the truth appeared. Project Eclipse. The experiments, the deaths, the betrayal, the orders signed by General Threx. The files were real, the evidence undeniable. And at the center of it all, one name glowed in red. Kara Miles, human cadet, status. Terminated, except she wasn't. She was still breathing, still fighting, still inside the core station. Sirens screamed. The Reapers broke through the north sector. Black armor, silent steps. No warning, no mercy. Kara's team stood ready. Mech sealed the doors behind them. Tala finished the upload. Zin climbed to the rafters with her sniper rifle. Rock rolled his shoulders. Time to break things. Kara tightened her gloves. We hold the line. They didn't run. They stood. 5 against 20. The Reapers entered like shadows. Zin fired first, a clean headshot. Rock charged, fists like boulders. Mech tossed 2 homemade EMP grenades. Tala jammed their signals. Kara moved like lightning. Every strike aimed to end. One by one the Reapers fell. But the fight wasn't clean. Mech took a hit. Rock went down on one knee. Tala screamed as sparks flew from her implant. Still they fought. Then the blast doors exploded. Threx stepped through in full command armor. He looked at Kara like she was a bug on his shoe. You should have stayed dead, he said. Kara didn't flinch. So should your lies. He rushed her. Fast, heavy, brutal. She dodged. She struck. Every move she had learned, every mistake she had survived, every scar she carried, it all led to this. Threx grabbed her arm, the same one she used to break his wrist during training. She smiled and broke the other one. He screamed. Zin's bullet shattered the control panel behind him, sealing the blast doors again. The team escaped through the maintenance tunnel. Alarms still howled, but the Empire was already shaking. By the next sunrise, Kara was no longer just a ghost. She was a name people whispered with respect and fear. The broadcast had spread. Protests began. Investigations followed. Threx was arrested by his own guards. The Reaper program was shut down. And Kara's team? They vanished. Some say they died. Others say they still move in the dark, helping where others won't. But stories began to spread. Of a human cadet who snapped a general's wrist. Of a broken team that brought down an empire. Of one simple truth. Never underestimate a human who refuses to quit.